All right, guys, welcome. This is ESL One Genting Open Qualifiers for South America. This is the best of three between Mad Kings versus Cygnus Gaming. Should be a great series today. I'm your caster Moxie. I'm casting this with Mr. Mike Mags, and we've been following Mad Kings throughout their journey all yesterday, so I'm interested to see if we're going to see some repeat picks here with drafts, if Cygnus has done their homework, or what exactly is going to happen here.
Yeah, we saw some strong performances from the gyrocopter, of course, and then Puck and the final game with a Storm Spear that just, it was like a 17-minute victory in their last game. If checking out the drafts of Cygnus, they played 3 games yesterday. In all 3 games, they had a Bounty Hunter and a Doom. So looking to see if that's going to come into play in this series.
It looks like Mad Kings aren't too concerned about it. Their first 3 bans actually not really anything targeted against Cygnus. It's the Night Stalker ban, of course, seen a lot of that because of the vision it provides. Brewmaster with the strong dispel when he splits off into pandas and, clockwork. But they do pick up the Winter Wyvern. That's something I think both teams actually seem to really like. We saw it, I believe, twice yesterday on the side of Mad Kings and twice on the side of Cygnus. So definitely a very strong hero, very strong harass in lane, and nice team fights.
Yeah, it did a lot of work in the first series that we covered as well. Just a strong hero overall.
Yeah, that was a beautiful just lineup with the Winter Wyvern and the Puck on that game with Team Rebirth versus Champ. Very nice synergy. We do see the Doom pick up though, first phase here for Cygnus. That'll dissuade the Puck a little bit, I think. Also, pretty good counter against the Storm Spirit unless they decide they want to go for something like a Lincoln's if there's not too many disables on the side of Cygnus. But pretty standard hero for the side of Cygnus. The Batrider is something new though. I don't think we've seen Mad Kings play that at all this tournament.
Oh, bit of a different look from them. A good hero for most 1v1 matchups as well. Can maybe allow them to, 2-1-2 or even aggro tri-lane against whatever might be coming out of Cygnus.
I think another thing with the Batrider, it kind of forces to keep someone else in that lane for safe lane, just because all that sticky napalm can be really difficult to deal with if he starts just spamming it, and having someone just kind of harassing him, keeping him back helps quite a bit for that core. But they ban out the Jug, and you mentioned actually, it was one of the series actually that we saw another Batrider, and you mentioned, Jug's really good at dealing with Batrider because he can just spin and get all those stacks off. So that makes sense why they'd want to remove that.
Yeah, there's just a few carries that you'll see more often than normal when there's a Batrider in play. So Jug being one of them, Lifestealer, and Slark and Weaver. Heroes that do pretty well in a matchup with him.
And they did take out the Luna and the Templar Assassin. TA, very, very strong, especially with the way that her rework on her traps is set up. Now, no Lifestealer, though, coming out from the side of Mad Kings. They don't want to see that rage being able to purge off stacks as well. So they're really making sure that their offlaner here has a nice lane and won't have to deal with any shenanigans.
Yep, going into this next pick, the Bounty is still available if Cygnus wants to pick that up.
They've played a different core, it looks like, on the side of Cygnus. For all 3 of their games, they had a Faceless Void. One game, they had a Lone Druid and a Razor, it looks like, for their farming core. So I'm not really sure what they're going to go for. They could go for a Faceless Void here. It's very nice to drop the Disruptor ulti in the middle. And that's also, if you can get the jump on Batrider, it makes it so he's a non-factor. I'm not sure if that's necessarily what they're going to want to do, but you can time walk off the sticky napalm, right?
You can time walk any damage that you get from it, but the stacks will still be on you.
Oh, okay. They grabbed the Slark. Now, I'm a little concerned about this pick, just because I know from what some of the pros have said, this is not a good patch for Slark. I believe even, what was it, BSJ said that he's not a good hero right now, and he is the Slark.
Yeah, we've seen it a couple of times though. I think initially with things like the Hex change, just not being able to be purged. Slark is just, one of the first heroes you think about that has a strong dispel like that would be affected by it. But as mentioned earlier, always a decent matchup against the Bat Rider. And with, Wyvern Spirit Breaker, those hex plays are a factor at this point. So, could be pretty good Slark game, although it is pick third. So there's still 2 more picks on the side of Mad Kings that can deal with it.
I'm really liking how strong the lanes are looking right now for Mad Kings. With the Bat Rider being able to really spam that sticky napalm, you've got Spirit Breaker, who's no doubt going to try to make the middle lane life's hell the entire time. And of course, Winter Wyvern, her Q is just so good. We saw her the way that she just chopped away at the the Underlord in one of their games just because of the percentage-based damage, and it was disgusting.
Yeah, they've set themselves up to give Spirit Breaker a pretty decent game. He should be able to just roam around to all the lanes, and they'll just be able to hold their own without having a set try lane in the safe lane or something like that.
Yeah, I like the flexibility it gives them, and I like the threat that they have, because it seems like Mad Kings usually win their lanes. You've got a Disruptor who's got pretty good harass over on the side of Cygnus, is going to be able to throw out that Thunderclap early on. Does quite a bit of damage level 1. And he will be able to harass, but he's got to be very careful too that he doesn't find himself caught out by this Bat Rider, and of course the Spirit Breaker charge coming in as well, because it doesn't really have a great way to save himself. He does have the glimpse, but early on in lane, I'm not sure how helpful that'll necessarily be.
It will be pretty scary though for the Bat Rider if he does get caught, because you have Pounce to deal with, and then you can't get away from that. And then after, when he does start to go away, you can just get glimpse back as well. So a lot of ability to just kind of solo kill the Bat Rider if he's caught out.
Now, this is something that I was wondering if we'd see. We saw Bounty Hunter yesterday for Cygnus. They actually played it all 3 games. So I was interested to see if they'd have the Doom, the Bounty Hunter. Those are pretty much their most popular heroes. The Winter Wyvern obviously was taken out by the side of Mad Kings. That'll help secure the middle lane a little bit more. I guess it really depends on what they choose for mid. Because if you're not going to go something super squishy on either side when you've got a Spirit Breaker and a Bounty Hunter, you might want something with Escape.
Yep. So yeah, choosing to pick up the Doom and the Bounty Hunter for a 4th game in a row now. Bounty though picked after Spirit Breaker. You usually see Spirit Breaker picked, to combat the Bounty Hunter, a hero that very easily can, charge him before he goes invis and can carry dust to reveal him. So he does quite well against him. But Cygnus sticking to their guns, picking that up 4th.
I mean, the same could be said against Mad Kings versus Cygnus, because you've got that Disruptor 2nd pick. Spirit Breaker came after that, and usually, you don't really love picking the Spirit Breaker into the Disruptor because of Glimpse. So it's countered both either way at this point, kind of. One pick counters the other. I guess the thing that's scary for me is that they do have that Doom on the side of Cygnus. And we've seen RoboZ, he likes his Puck, he likes his Storm Spirit. It seems to be that he likes a lot of tempo controlling mids. Characters that are going to start putting pressure on the map early. That's kind of scary when there's a Doom in the game, because both of those heroes do not like to be doomed, obviously. And they can't do a whole heck of a lot when doomed.
So and this will be an offlane Doom as well, so gonna guarantee that he gets good farm, not like a position 4 that can be roaming around. So the Doom will be online much earlier than if it was that position 4.
Yeah, and that's pretty spooky for the side of Mad Kings. What do you think you'd like to see for a mid on Mad Kings, and what do you think would be good here on Cygnus? I know they've run the Lone Druid before, they've run the Razor as well. You think we'll see something similar to that, or?
Yeah,
I feel like they could use a little more team fight.
Team fight for sure. Going with a Bloodseeker. Interesting. Classic counter to Slark, although if Bloodseeker gets doomed, or just isn't really necessarily able to rupture the Slark, so might be a bit of an issue there for him. But with the Doom and the Slark in play, it's kind of you pick if you want to counter the Slark or get countered yourself by the Doom. So that's why things like the Puck, which normally can do well against Slark, if you get leashed, you can always, illusory orb away, but Doom is going to be a hero going to be gunning for you to remove that from play.
Very interesting. The Bloodseeker is going to be interesting too, because Bounty Hunter's not going to be able to go invisible if he's below a certain threshold. That is a nice silence. Final pickup, it's going to be the Shadow Fiend. It's not something we've seen RoboZ play, I don't think, quite yet, but we have seen some Shadow Fiends as we've been casting through the open quals. And you said that they've been going for more of a caster build lately?
Yeah, definitely the talents for Shadow raises to just allows him to do a lot more, and the fact that just you get that stacking damage every time he hits someone, that buff for the successive ones. Yeah, just kind of changed the way the hero is played, and he's just back in the meta a little bit, been picked up in like MDL of note, so good to see him here.
Alrighty, so we've got people picking out their heroes right now. NDK going to be playing the Bounty Hunter, and Skill playing the Doom as they have been. We have everyone picking out their heroes over here on the side of Radiant as well. RoboZ, not quite a flashy hero this time around for him, but still a solid choice, especially with the Doom on board. And we've got Dancing in the Dark playing Bloodseeker. So looking at this draft right now, which one are you favoring?
So I'm seeing just Cygnus have a Razor and a Doom, which kind of are both heroes that can take one hero out in a fight. So obviously you cast Doom, then one person just kind of has to sit around for, like 10 seconds and not do anything. And then Razor can choose to just remove damage from one of the other heroes. So pairing up against kind of a 2-core lineup from Mad Kings, they might find themselves, quickly unable to deal with the 3 cores, I'd say, with Razor, Doom, Slark from Cygnus. So,
all right, well, we're loaded in for game number 1 of the series. Go ahead and introduce the teams. Over on the side of the Radiant, we have Mad Kings. We've got Nada going to be playing the Bat Rider. SLSL again playing the Spirit Breaker. Aya and Tudose Abismo, I believe that is, we always mess up this name, and apologies to this player. Shisid, I think? Dancing in the Dark, gonna be playing the Bloodseeker and RoboZ. Already bringing out the taunt on the Shadow Fiend. We have some smoke action coming out here from the side of the Dire. NDK playing the Bounty Hunter. Link playing the Slark. Alive playing the Razor, Yosiki playing the Disruptor, and Skill playing the Doom. And they have found themselves a Winter Wyvern over here. Should be able to get himself out, but they will bully them off the rune. Looks like Bat Rider in turn will be able to take the top bounty rune, since they are all bottom down here. Doom is expecting a lot of harass. He's got 10 tangos.
yeah, if he's going to be in the off lane against this Bloodseeker and this Wyvern, yeah, we see Wyvern just melt strength heroes at level 1 with the Arctic Burn, so prepping with his item build for that harass to come out.
Seems like a good call. So it looks like Dancing in the Dark. I believe that's Atan, right? Is playing Dancing in the Bloodseeker. This is
yeah.
other name. Atan not able to get a rune for himself down here, unfortunately, being strong-armed out by 5 different people on the side of the Dire. Has a nice block gun, though, at least. And already we see a charge coming out on Miz over here onto the Razor. Winter Wyvern coming forward. This is going to be first blood. I think he's going to try to TP himself out, and it doesn't matter. That last bit of raise damage coming out from RoboZ will secure this mid lane for him. Nice early gank. What's with all the pinging? Dancing in the Dark is sitting very low down here. Looks like we do see a charge coming out over onto Yosiki. It will get cancelled. There is a NDK standing nearby, which might have caught his attention. What do you think of the 2-1-2 lanes coming out from the side of Cygnus?
So playing 2-2 actually what you want to see when you are against a bounty hunter, but having it on their team, yeah, Cygnus actually now moving 3 into this bottom lane, so.
Good old aggressive tri lane.
But in that mid lane gank though, we just saw that the Shadow Fiend, the Shadow Raze, he lost most of his damage from the Razor, but just having the stacks with the extra 60 damage per Shadow Raze was just able to take him out there.
Now, who wins this matchup? We see that Aton's actually come top and will be 1v1ing Link here. Do they trade fairly evenly? I feel like Bloodseeker does have a bit of an advantage because he can just lifesteal off of most of these creeps.
Yeah, and matching the Slark against the Bat Rider is not something that you want to see. So they're switching that out. Also is having a hard time just with the dual lane from the Doom and the Disruptor.
Got some support on support action down here in the bot lane. Chasing after this Winter Wyvern. I don't think they've got quite enough damage to do much to her, but we see that Bat Rider actually is just doing some casual jungling, and they're just letting Doom do whatever he wants in the bot lane. Not sure how I feel about that. TP comes out from Slark, though. He doesn't want to be here anymore. We see Disruptor and Doom already making the rotation, so a bit of musical lanes going on right now. That harass coming out from Yosuke again. Aton's not going to find any peace and quiet here. Glimpse comes out. Searing Earth comes out as well. Oh boy, they should be able to bounce him off. The Radiant Courier gets killed during all of this, and they're going to try to slow down. Bloodseeker just barely going to get out, though. Get the kill over onto the Disruptor. Doom is fairly tanky here. Scorched Earth is now down, though, and there's a nice bash coming out from SLSL. Charge coming out yet again here. Bat Rider coming forward. Sticky Napalm. They should be able to get this kill, maybe? Are they going to go for the dive? Yeah, it looks like Nada, he wants it. He'll get the kill on the Doom. Oh, Bounty Hunter, though, sees a Winter Wyvern. Just gives him a little poke there. Oh, they have dust! They're going to try to chase after him right now. They don't have... They need another creep for that Splinter Blast. It will connect. Firefly coming out. Oh, there's another bash coming out from this Spirit Breaker. Someone prayed to RNGesus this morning.
And then they just rotated the Doom up there, so no TP for him to get back to lane either. But nice.
Oh, are they gonna get the kill down here? Dancing in the Dark Aton, he's gonna get taken really far down. Will fall. And Slark, oh, the value of a magic wand. Making all the difference there. Looks like Bat Rider has already completed his drums right now. Is getting forced out of the Dire jungle, though.
Yeah, he actually has the most CS, and then with the counter kills up top, pretty early drum pickup for him. Only 4 minutes, that's crazy.
Yeah, I thought that was really, really fast. Granted, he hasn't completed anything besides the brown boots, so... But still, very impressive timing. No sentry wards actually thrown up over here on mid, considering that there's a bounty hunter in the game.
Yeah, but that bounty hunter's only level 1 at 4.5 minutes.
Oh, he's
hasn't really found
the
experience.
Oh, he's got level 2 now. He's stealing some of Slark's experience. Slark is actually level 6, though, despite playing the musical chairs back and forth. We have a smoke over here in mid. Looking to jump over here on a live. Nice Splinter Blast coming out will slow him down, immediately connecting with that charge here. Oh man, Wyvern Q just burning through him. All of the strength is taken away from SLSL, but they'll still be able to get the kill onto Razor. How much damage actually was taken off of him? 63, not too bad. This mid is going particularly well for RoboZ right now. They do spot the bounty hunter. He's trying to, I think he was trying to go after the Wyvern, but will be able to run himself away. Do they still have dust? No dust on the Wyvern. Oh, but Spirit Breaker, he's got dust. I guess they don't want to continue in. Wyvern's sitting pretty low anyways.
Shadow Fiend only has 1 Shadow Race as well. Oh, all shrined up.
Ready for action again.
Yeah, this Slark though is gonna get kind of big. She's been sitting in this lane without contest for about 2 minutes now.
This is scary here. Yeah, there's the drums. There's several stacks of the sticky napalm. They're gonna try to get this kill over onto skill. He's only level 4. Bat Rider is level 6. Still burning him down here. Can they get it? Yeah, they'll be able to. And now Linky's looking to maybe jump over here onto the Batrider. They'll turn themselves back around the SLSL, making the rotation top. Throws down a sentry ward just in case there's a bounty hunter nearby. And he is, in fact, nearby. And they've got their eyes over here on Auton. They'll throw out the silence, though. Blood right down on the ground. Dancing in the dark. He's sitting so very low. He doesn't have enough one charges. Disaster. They have the dust though. Splinter Blast gonna be able to come out. They'll take down the bounty hunter. And now SLSL trying to juke around here into the tree. Slark is still there. Wyvern breaking down all of those trees to give the vision over onto Slark. And they will be able to get another kill right now for Nada. Those drums coming in handy.
The Batrider's having such a good game already. 12k gold, getting closer to his Blink Dagger.
Well, the level difference of sending the Doom up there, probably not a great idea, considering he was level 4 when the Batrider jumped on him top.
Yeah, there's not too much that can be done about this. Although the one thing going in their favor is the Bloodseeker is level 4 himself. So the Batrider stepping up for his team, hopefully going to allow him to catch up.
Charge comes out over onto Alive. There's this connecting, being able to throw out a couple of these raises. Nice DPs coming out immediately from Yosuke, but the Splinter Blast, they're going to be able to clean up. Now RoboZ finds himself in the middle of 3 different heroes here, taunting himself as he tries to get away. Spiritbreaker actually going to fall probably to that tower. They go ahead, they pop the Fairy Fire. He's got a regen rune. If he could just get himself farther away, he's going to be able to pop it, and he gets a little bit of health back, bottles himself up, but he's not going to be able to TP out. Too much damage is being thrown at him. Link gonna enjoy that tasty Shadow Fiend. Big stacks going on top. Nada's gonna try to take advantage of those. It's been an action-packed game so far, Mags. Oh, Nada, he gets the lasso off over onto Slark, trying to buy himself some more time as he takes a bath in this Firefly, but he was not expecting the Bounty Hunter to show up in the top lane. Charge coming out. Looks like it's gonna get canceled.
That was a big kill on Bat. 364 gold going for the Bounty Hunter. Gets him a little bit closer to level 6.
Yeah, that track gold's gonna come in handy once NDK gets his 6. Seen quite the musical lanes here in this game so far today.
Yeah, when there's a Spirit Breaker and a Bounty Hunter in the game, like the chaos of changing lanes, like that fits into how they want to be playing this game.
I like it. Glimpse coming back out though here over onto Auton. We'll be able to try to throw him into the cage. Won't be able to quite do it. Doom coming out though over onto Batrider. They've had enough of his spree. There's a nice heal coming out from Wyvern. Buys them a little bit more time. They're going after NDK. Looks like Batrider's still going to get taken down. No one available to do any sort of denial here. Yosuke, he drops the ultimate over onto Bloodseeker. There's nothing too much that this Wyvern can really do right now. And they're going to be able to maybe get a cleanup over onto Yosuke. But SLSL finds himself sandwiched between a fish and a demon, and it is not the place to be. Oh, the cheeky play coming out from Shisid. Gonna buy himself a little more time, but still toast.
Yeah. It must be feeling really bad to be Bloodseeker right now, though. Disruptor casting his ultimate before he actually has his own.
Well, I mean, when we were casting the games yesterday for Mad Kings, it felt like they just gave Auton way too much space. They let him just farm away to his heart's content. They occasionally sent someone down for a gank, but for the most part, he was just allowed to do whatever. It feels like Cygnus did their homework and they've got an idea, like, yeah, you know, we can't let this guy just AFK farm. There's another cleanup here over in mid. SL will be the one to get the kill. He's very close to his level 6. A bounty rune or a... Oh, he realizes that something was up. His rune's missing. It actually just clips NDK. That must have been right at the very edge of the range. The taunt comes out. Just wants to let him know who's boss.
Bat is stuck on a cliff, by the way. 5 seconds more for Firefly.
Well, you know, he's making use of his time as he meditates on the cliff. You know, still gonna be able to throw out some sticky napalm. Efficiency gaming. The glimpse comes back though. There's the silence. Oh, he's able to pop the drums and he gets out just in time. That was so close. Oh, Yosuke must be feeling pretty bad right now.
Yeah, Stack Storm used as well, so decent cooldown. Should see if Mad Kings wants to capitalize on this. They do have Rupture now on the Bloodseeker, so he'll be looking to get a kill.
Looks like he's going to be also going for a hand of Midas. There's a TP coming out here bottom. He's got his eyes over here onto the Slark. He's going to go for the solo here. Comes forward. Tries to put out a little bit of damage over onto him first. Not sure if he's going to go for the Rupture, though. Top lane, though, we do see some action. It looks like Batrider has been doomed. SLSL will just barely be able to just run himself away. And I think Bat's actually going to be just fine. Doom's just about to go. Oh, the glimpse! The glimpse coming back! Oh, that was very, very close. That's a nice Winter Wyvern ulti. Could this be a dead Disruptor? It's a dead Yosuke, absolutely. That was a close shave for this Spirit Breaker. Bottom lane, oh no, looks like we lose the Bloodseeker yet again. The charge comes out against Link. He's gonna try to get out. He should be able to TP before Spirit Breaker could even make it, and the charge will get canceled out.
And that's a Shadow Blade for him, so Radiant need to be on the defense as he's gonna be coming in trying to get a kill.
I'm actually so surprised they didn't get the kill on that Spirit Breaker. That was such a good glimpse. He thought he was home free. Oh, that's scary. Nice Disruptor plays this game.
He was a little bit ahead of his team and under the T1, so didn't really have the backup after that glimpse. Alright. My eyes are on the select though. Picked up his Shadow Blade. Gonna be smoking into the Radiant jungle.
Surprised they're not letting him go first, since he does have that Shadow
Blade. The Radiant are ready. Like this Batrider, this Spirit Breaker, they're just chilling in these trees. They'll pop the smoke actually.
Aton. This is a very dead Bloodseeker. Track Gold on top of it, making life even nicer. There's gonna be a nice lasso coming out. They take down the Razor. Looks like Doom now. He's looking for anything. He's gonna get just burned down. There's just too much fire and flames everywhere. Slark though, he's looking at this Wyvern. Wyvern not gonna be able to get a heal off at all. They will go ahead. They'll hold the Spirit Breaker up. RoboZ, he's looking to just get this kill over onto Bounty Hunter, but he's tethered himself. Will pop and put a decent amount of damage over onto the rest of the team. They want to get Yosuke. They'll be able to do it. Nada now. Oh, the Rampage coming out for Slark. That Shadow Blade did so much. They have no way to stop him from TPing out. That's a feels good man right there.
Yeah, that's went about as well as you can ask for your first rotation with that Shadow Blade. They caught out the Bloodseeker first, took him out, and then from there it was just 5v4.
That was such a trade back and forth, though. I wasn't sure who was going to come out on the better end of it, but Slark was able to just weave around during all that chaos and get that full Rampage. Is that the full first Rampage I think we've seen?
Yeah, between the 2 days for sure.
Yeah.
So.
And he's back on the prowl again.
Yeah. Oh, poor Spirit Breaker.
Yeah, that is a lot of hate coming out. Even gets doomed on top of everything else. This is a fat little fishy here.
Yep,
12-1 and 2. So I'm eating my words apparently now from the draft, saying that, you know, Slark is not a super great pick because Link is clearly making it work.
Yeah, it's in a bit of an odd place. It's not going to be picked up too much, but from the games that I have seen, I think it has like a 60-something win rate, as long as someone without Hex is in the game.
So that's the qualifier, then? Just making sure that you don't have like a Shadow Shaman.
Yep. Or Lion, something like that.
Like they want to try to defend the top tower. Batrider is nearby here. He's just going to go casually hit up some of these camps while he lets the creep do their things onto the tower. Wyvern does have a bunch of sentries. They have a charge coming out. Nada, he's got the dust. He's looking for him. We'll throw out the Flame Blade. Doesn't really necessarily want to use that lasso, but he will go grab it. And the rest of the team will clean up on NDK. Boots of Travel now up and running over on Batrider. This is a very mobile Batrider. Around every corner, he's lurking. Smoke actually breaks, though, over here on Doom. Bloodseeker trying to hide himself here through the trees. He's just going to TP himself out. He wants nothing to do with the Slark also standing nearby. Bit of a close shave.
Wow.
Some lucky stuff right there.
Mm-hmm.
Oh, they smoke!
Smoke.
They smoke right in front of Slark! But it doesn't pop, actually. There's the taunt coming out from RoboZ. They're looking. There's a lot of people there. Batrider coming forward. He does not have the lasso. We'll just try to push them off of the tower. They use the glimpse over here. We'll just pull Batrider back over towards the Slark, actually. Spirit Breaker, he uses his ultimate, gets himself away. Beautiful Winter's Curse over here onto the Doom. It will clean up. Static Storm gets dropped by Yosuke, but it doesn't connect with holding anyone in there. There's going to be a Rupture being used over onto this Razor. They don't have enough damage to quite take him down. He's so low.
If you're Razor, don't move a muscle. He had like 10 HP and was ruptured.
He was so low. Oh my goodness. That was a beautiful Winter's Curse. I don't think Doom even got Doom off. Yeah, no. Nice play coming out from the player whose name we always struggle to say. She's
not gonna be in a lot of trouble about him.
Yeah, looks like that pounce tether too good. I think we need to see some more detection on the map against the Slark. Especially the way he just keeps jumping over on the Bloodseeker repeatedly. We do have a catch-up Midas up and running over on Aton. Smoke gets thrown out here. Looks like they're looking for a pick. Gonna comb through the jungle. Most of the Dire, though, actually living in the Radiant jungle. So a bit of mirroring going on. They're not gonna find much of anything there. Echo Saber's up and running on Slark. And there's a TP. They want to fight this.
Disruptor.
Oh, the glimpse back. Yosuke grabs him, puts him over into the cage. Big silence coming out. RoboZ's going to fight his way through. Gets the kill over onto Yosuke. There's a nice heal coming out here from the Wyvern. Buy him a little bit more time. They'll go ahead. They'll use the Winter's Curse. Oh, no. They stacked everything on top. RoboZ is actually not going to be able to make it out. He gets blown up. Doom comes out now over onto this Batrider. They do have their eyes over onto NDK, though. They should be able to get the kill over onto... Oh, but that magic wand buys them a little bit more time here. They're still giving chase over onto Bounty Hunter. He will eventually fall, but they do lose the Spirit Breaker. And meanwhile, Skill has just tunnel visioned over here onto Nada. Nada grabs him, though, with the lasso, with a little bit of napalm, drags him over near his tower, trying to just do a little bit more damage, but Slark, he's hot on his trail. We'll have to back off because the tower doesn't want to take a bath in all of that beautiful Firefly spray. And still Nada trying to break these ankles as he runs himself out. What a chase.
Yeah, let's start off with the Shadow Fiend just kind of showing up to the T2 a little bit in front of his team and Disruptor glimpsing him back in. Let's pick him off to start that fight.
A little bit of miscommunication there during that fight, too. The Wyvern went to throw the ultimate down just to hold, what was it, is it the Slark in place?
Yeah.
To hold one of them in place, but then they also ruptured at, like, the same time. And then we saw Shadow Fiend trying to just get that ultimate off, and he didn't actually get it off. He just immediately exploded. So, bit unfortunate with that, but looking really good here for the side of Cygnus. This is a very fat Slark, 14-1-4. He's going for a Lincoln's for his next item. Life's good for this little fishy. Let's take a look at what the boards look like. Bit up and down, back and forth. About a little bit over a 2K lead right now in terms of team net worth going for the side of Cygnus Gaming. It is bouncing back a little, but almost 3K difference for experience earned. Still very, very even up, though.
The Slark looking to get a Lincoln's next as well, so it's going to be even squishier, or even slipperier.
I was about to say, this little fish is pretty survivable right now.
Yeah. But the Rupture, probably one of his the skills that he's looking out for the most, so we'll be able to just ignore that and can go on in.
Oh, I feel so bad for this Bloodseeker. The next item queued up is a Yule's. Like, he is just having a lot of struggle
that's
here.
Not a good sign.
No.
It puts a lot of pressure on Shadow Fiend to have a good game. And for damage, he really only is getting an SNY, so he's not necessarily going to be there for his team.
Might actually get to see the first multiple game series here, Mags. Everything's been a 2-0 shutout for the most part.
Yeah, Cygnus is coming to play this game.
Oh, just a casual dust. They seem to realize that there's a bounty hunter nearby. The ultimate comes out. A big flame barrier gets thrown, as well as the Razor ulti. Eye of the Storm is out and running. Bat, he's looking for an opening, but he's grabbed the Razor. They just can't do enough damage. They're all being forced to run themselves out. Robo-Z now, he's got a haste. Look at all the look at all the status effects on this Shadow Fiend right now. 70 damage leached off of him as well. Oh. Doom got used during that. Who got doomed? There was just too much stuff going on. So it wasn't the bat, because bat got lasso off.
No.
Is it the Spirit Breaker?
I was watching the Slark, and he was a little bit late to that fight, but yeah, there was actually a interesting, random dust from the Spirit Breaker. I think they saw the bounty up by this observer ward that's across the river, and just kind of a nice sense of feeling that he'd be there.
Yeah, well, they've done some random dusts a couple times now, so.
Yeah, I don't know, like map hacks or what, but good place.
I'm sure they're being extra mindful because the Slark has just been running amok in their woods. And their woods are not particularly safe. Honestly, I feel like the Dire spends more time in the Radiant woods than the Radiant does at this point. Ooh, she said, oh, there's the track. Tries to heal himself up here. It's still not gonna work out for him. Never mind, I lied. They're gonna use the Winter's Curse just to get the Wyvern out. Nice setup for the Bat Rider who's got the lasso, pulling the Slark back. That's a 10 kill streak that just got ended, Mags. 830 gold going over onto Winter Wyvern, believe it or not. And they'll force the rest of the team back. They still see NDK. Yep. That's a lot of fire, a lot of hatred for a little bounty hunter.
What Slark would have given for his Lincolns there? He was about 500 away before dying.
I was certain that she said was totally toast there, but it was a nice play being able to set up for Bat Rider just a little bit more time so he can get there.
Yeah, then when he's ruptured, just being lassoed and pulled away does so much damage.
Definitely needed for Bloodseeker to get in some of these fights and be able to get some of that gold. He can't even stand the Roche pit. Look at him.
Yeah, he did switch his build to the Radiance though, so going to be putting out more damage instead of that Yules.
A little bit more. It's been a real tough game for him this time around.
Slark right behind the Spirit Breaker.
Do you think his Spidey sense is tingling? I don't think so. Oh, here comes skill. The immediate track. And that is 3 heroes ganging up on this little Spirit Breaker. No charging away from that. Let's see, how's Aton doing here? Does have the Sacred Relic now. Be able to farm up a couple of these stacks. That's pretty good. The rest of the Radiant playing very conservatively. They're pretty scared of the Slark, I think. Do you see the Wyvern TPing herself up top? She does have a Blink Dagger, and this is something I really like on this hero, to be able to get in those fights just a little bit cleaner. There's a jump forward, though. They spot Robo-Z. They get the kill over onto the Disruptor immediately, but they're able to hold down Shadow Fiend for just long enough. Oh, the heal, it's just barely going to be able to keep him alive a little longer. He can't get out. The Doom will actually pop that Aegis. Beautiful Winter's Curse, though, coming out. That is a very dead Doom. Granted, Doom already got his Doom off, so it might not be that big of a deal, but they have their eyes on Slark. They'll be able to take him down alive. No longer alive. He's actually out, and Wyvern with that blink can't exactly quite catch. NDK here does have a gem, though. Will turn around, so I'll try to put out as much damage as they can over onto this little bounty hunter. He's trying to get the foot over onto Nada. There's the heal coming out, though, from the Wyvern, and they will clean up.
Having the Aegis on Shadow Fiend, that made all the difference for that fight. Got Doom placed on him, but then was able to just revive and finish off the fight there. And on top of the beautiful Winter's Curse, and then a Blood Right combo, just does so much damage.
Can we talk about how great these Winter's Curses have been over the last 2 days?
Yeah, I mean, there's a reason this hero is just pick first every time. Surprisingly, though, it doesn't get first banned that often, so I don't know. Just maybe something to consider.
I know I've definitely been playing quite a bit of it in my pubs with very good success, so. If it's working in pubs, it's got to be working really well in the pro scene. Lots of TPs forced out here. Wyvern just gonna zip himself away. SLSL walks out as well. Oh, are they gonna get the glimpse? Looks like Yosuke not able to get there quite in time as everyone just TPs out. Safe and sound. So 5 heroes down here in the bot lane. Slark almost has this Lincoln's completed. It's gonna be a big item for him. What has our Razor been working on here? BKB seems to be the next item for him. Still won't help him with the lasso, but will definitely help him from taking extra amounts of damage from the Firefly. Shadow Fiend is, they're creeping. They're looking, they see fire everywhere. Oh, they found themselves a Doom. There's the pull forward. Big Shadow Fiend Requiem. Should be able to get this kill without too much damage, despite the fact he's got a Blade Mail. A glimpse comes out, though. They're looking over here at the Slark. They know he's staying nearby, and Wyvern, she goes forward. She gets the curse off. Oh, no. Disruptor is just going to be picked apart by his own teammate, and Link will fall as well. Charge coming out. They've still got their eyes on alive. He's just they need to be careful. He's going to get all the way into well. The taunt coming out. NDK standing nearby. They have that gem. He is in so much trouble. There's a jump forward, and it looks like Bloodseeker, Aton, he's back. He's ready. He's got a Radiance. And he is back in the game.
Okay, so quick transition into Rax here.
Went from 0 to 60.
Hmm.
Everyone's TPing out. They've got their eyes on the tier 1 bot, looks like now.
And it's very hard for the Dire to come back from that sort of a play. Just
That's a huge
finding
play.
the timing between the lasso and the curse. Just able to, I don't know, the team fights will pretty much go into Mad King's favor unless the Dire end up holding out the game and getting some more items.
It's got to be very disappointing when you've had such a good start on your core, like on that Slark. It's doing so much damage. It's causing so much panic and mayhem in a lot of these fights. But I've seen some beautiful just lassos coming out here. These Winter Wyvern ults have been insane. This is a very aggressive Wyvern, and I like it. Bat Rider starts up the Firefly. He's got lasso. He's looking for anyone who decides he wants to walk out of that base. They spot him over here on the side, so they're going to play probably pretty careful. Does have the gem. We'll go ahead and just take down that ward. The TP's coming out mid. Oh boy, they want this Slark so very, very bad. There's an ultimate coming out. They won't even need to use the lasso. Oh, they do use the lasso and he purchases off. Slark is going to be able to run himself out. Robo Z, he's got his eyes on the prize though, and it's actually going to be Spirit Breaker who takes him down. That timing though. Eyes over on NDK yet again. Bat Rider, he's got that gem. He spots him out. It's a little bit too much heat though, maybe. There's the Yule's nice Winter's Curse. Followed up with the ulti coming out here from Disruptor. It's a little bit too much damage for the Winter Wyvern's Cold Embrace to go and burst off. But they've got their eyes again over onto this Razor. Yosuke in for a world of hurt. And that is a team wipe. Game number 1, 29 minutes.
This quickly became a Midas King victory. Just, I don't know, the Slark never finished off with his Lincolns. I think that one death that he had in the mid lane just kind of threw off his tempo. And from there on out, Midas Kings was just able to take every fight from there.
Mad Kings, not Midas Kings.
Oh, Mad Kings.
Their name's
Sorry.
on the screen. But yeah, no, it seems like Slark was always just so close to getting that Lincoln's, and I think it would have made a big difference if he was able to get it. Really strong plays though early on. I like how aggressive they were against Aton there. They really kind of shut down the Bloodseeker, but they didn't keep up the pressure. He was able to catch up, and also the Bat Rider just was all over their heroes, just making plays left and right. So first game of the series going over to Mad Kings. We'll be back with game number 2, guys, so stick around.